Hi guys, and welcome back to Paragon. Recently I made a video about how to jungle in version 40, and though I'm still really happy with that video and the information is still very useful, I have many little updates and changes that I'd like to make to that video to give you the best and most relevant info possible. In that regard, I wanted to make this short, focused video specifically on one of the harder opening 3-minute jungle clears. It's Sevarog. Basically, I've realized the best and most effective way to reach 12 out of 12 stacks. Here's a quick rundown of what I'm talking about for those unsure. A jungler's opening clear is very important. You should always try to be level 3 before 3 minutes on the clock. This allows you to have the extra power at the first river buff spawn for your first real fight as the jungler. However, you also want to make sure that you can keep green on to make that first fight even more in your favor too. But different junglers achieve these targets in different ways, and the reason I claim Sevarog has one of the harder clears is simple. He needs stacks. Everyone else just kills the minions, and commonly they'd kill one specific white minion so they're taking less damage. Meanwhile, poor Sevarog over here has to let them beat him up until he can kill everything with a siphon. That often means more damage taken compared to the other junglers, and if you miss any of these stacks, you make yourself much weaker too. Quite a lot of stress, right? So, the opening 3-minute clear will have you killing exactly 12 minions, so that's 12 possible stacks for Sevarog. And if Sevarog reaches his first armor upgrade at 20 stacks, he is given a respectable increase in damage to both his siphon and of course some good health bonuses too. It's a huge power spike that you want. The more stacks you have, the easier it is to then go on in the game to get more because you're stronger and you do more damage. I can't emphasize this enough. The more stacks you get earlier in the game, the stronger your whole Sevarog game will be. That's why you really gotta get 12 out of the 12 possible stacks in your opening 3-minute clear. Alright, so now that's all put across to you, let's talk about how to actually do it. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. Start at the back camp closest to your base. Send out a basic attack and then a siphon, then just stick to the basic attacks and hit each minion carefully until they're both low enough to kill in one siphon. Of course, it's important to kite the minions while you do this, just like any jungler, to reduce the damage you're going to take. In total, you will have used 2 siphons to clear this first white camp. Next, head to green. Doing this, you're going to sacrifice the possibility to have green buff at the 3-minute mark in trade for a faster clear and of course more stacks. Start with a basic attack and then siphon all 3 targets, both the whites and green. Then use the 2 white minions to block the green. He'll get caught on them and you want to avoid as many hits from green as possible. It will greatly reduce the damage, so using the whites to block him is ideal, and that's why you kill them first. The moment you're able, cast a second siphon again and hit all 3 targets with it the moment you can. But by now, the 2 white minions should be pretty low. Make sure you get them both low enough to die to your third siphon, and once they're dead, lower green's health with a bit more kiting and a bit more basic attacking, then kill him with your 4th and final siphon at this green camp. To recap, in total, you'll have used siphon 6 times now, you'll have killed 5 minions, and you'll have had 5 stacks. Next, we're going to head straight to the riverside camp, where 2 white minions are waiting to have their souls stolen. This time, don't siphon until the minions will die to it. Just use basic attacks and the green shield until they're low, then hit them with that siphon. It's okay to let green take more damage here, you actually want that. Now you'll have used siphon 7 times, and you'll have 7 stacks total too. Next, you actually head back to the base side camp at the back. You may even find yourself waiting a couple seconds for the minion to spawn, and that's actually fine. Once again, just use basics and the green shield to lower this minion and kill it with a siphon. 8 siphons used, 8 stacks total. Now we're going to move to the lane side camp, where you'll have 3 white spawned waiting for you. Using basics, spread out the damage and make sure that green isn't going to kill any of these minions when it explodes. Generally, just hit each minion once, then green will explode. Then you'll have to hit each minion again once to lower them down a bit more so you can kill all 3 of them with your next siphon, which should be 9 siphons used, but now you'll have 11 stacks. And with just 1 more to go, you head straight to the riverside camp, where 1 lonely minion is waiting. Basic attacks until it's low, and then your final siphon. Beautiful, you should have had 10 siphons used and should be 12 out of 12 possible stacks that will be all yours. Nice. And of course, this should all occur within 3 minutes. You'll have about 10 seconds before the first river buff spawns on that 3-minute mark too. And the beauty of the river buff is that you can actually walk up to it, hit it with a basic, and then siphon straight away to get a 13th stack. And it'll result in you having full mana, level 3, a river buff for your first fight or even invade. And there you have it, my most effective, powerful way to get 12 out of 12 stacks currently. I manage this every single time on Sevarog now because it's just that easy. And remember, the sooner that you hit 20 stacks, the sooner you'll snowball out of control as Sevarog. I hope this video was useful to you Sevarog players. I know how hard it can be to not miss any of these stacks, but it is entirely possible, so get out there and go do it. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to share the video with anyone who might find it useful if this helped you. A huge thank you and shout out to my Patreon supporters for giving me the time to work this all out, then share it when I'm ready. You guys are the best. Otherwise, thank you so much again, and I will see you guys next time.